Okay, I am ready to go. I've got the truck outside. I've got the project sitting there. Starting to get heated up in here pretty good. We're at about 300 degrees there. So let me get on to the next stage of this project here. So, man, I've been watching some videos since I started this thing, and I wish that I would have seen all those videos before I started on this project, because there's so many great ideas out there on what you can do. But I think I got off to the right trajectory, just in terms of, I still have all kinds of options available to me, with this right here. One of the things that I saw were, people were building, rather than putting plywood on the top there, they just glued a whole bunch of 2x4s together going across. That might not have been such a bad idea, because then you can drill holes down into your wood and use those log dog type clamp things. But, I am not ruled out of that possibility at this point. I can still put some 2x4s underneath there, glue them and screw them. Yeah, that's the other thing that I heard a lot was glue it and screw it. So, and I've been doing that. I picked up myself some glue the other day, and I have been gluing and screwing as best I can. Well, I learned something about plywood the other day. So this plywood right here that I'm using for the surface of this bench, it's pretty nice. It's got pretty nice finish to it. I don't know what kind of wood it is. It's basic. It's nice plywood, but this nice side is only on one side. This other side is quite ugly. It's got these knots and stuff all over it. So what I learned was one of the ways that they make this so nice is when there's a knot, they cut out the ply on that first ply. They cut out the knot and then replace it with another little piece of nice wood before they sort of go through some sort of a sander. So I didn't realize that. Sure, it's probably common knowledge to most people, but I just learned it. There's another one right there. Yeah, some of those benches that I saw that they were making, I mean, they had, things that would tilt, they were transformer kind of benches where things would fold up and flip out, and suddenly there would be a band saw coming out from underneath, or a drill. It's just, all tricked out, kind of a bench. And I just don't have the skills, first of all, or the patience to spend all that kind of time building that kind of a bench. But I do want it to have, my basic, some cool things in it. I want to put some drawers and stuff in here. I saw one where they had, little compartments, just all along one side where they could stick in screw boxes and, maybe some holders for drills and stuff. About half my time, I'm always, I set this thing down right over there or right over there, and then I need it, and I can't remember where the heck it was. If I just always put it right back, then it's like, I'm ready to go. So that's what this thing is all about here, is getting organized in a way that's going to make me come out here and do a little bit more work, a little bit more often. And especially now that it's winter and snowing like crazy out there, I'll come in here. So, and I'm still thinking about doing a router, maybe like right in here or somewhere. I picked this thing up, this fence. So for the table saw, it's kind of, I like it. I used it just to do some ripping, so it serves a double purpose. Sort of clamps in and and then you can't move it, right? And so I can use that when on the table saw when I'm cutting things, and it's also good for just a good long roofing fence. I ripped this thing down here using it, and it worked great. So I like it. It came with this thing that you stick on top for your saw, and I hate that thing. I just like butting my saw up against it, and you know, I measured that my blade off of that fence is 3 1/4 inches. So if I just remember that, I'll have to write it down somewhere. So, you know, if I'm going to want to cut something, I'll just remember come in 3 1/4 inches. I've got fixed wheels. This thing is heavy. This is how you break your back. It's the part where you get to the ending of it that's the tricky part, because, you know. All right. You have to pull your fingers out real quick. I was just thinking about my grandfather for some reason. He was kind of a big guy. He was, I don't know, 6'3", 6'4", probably taller when he was younger. But you know, when he was in his 90s, 27 inches. When he was in his 90s, he got, you know how people will go door to door selling things, and when you get into your 80s and 90s, you get things from Medicare, and so, you know, some salesman sold him for free, basically, through Medicare, one of those chairs that motorized chairs, you know, that you sit in, and, well, he, you know, he kind of wanted he was kind of wanted to give that guy a commission, even though he really didn't need it. So he got one of those things, and he was using it around his little apartment for, you know, a week or so, and he had trouble always, you know, going down a hallway, you know, and then turning it like a 90-degree to go into his room. And one morning, apparently, he woke up, he got in that chair, and you know, he was you know, kind of a hefty guy. He got in that chair, and he's trying to go through the door, and he got so frustrated using that thing, he got up out of the chair, and he picked it up, and he pulled it through that doorway and ripped out the casing on the door and slammed it down on the hallway and sat down in it and started going again. Yeah, I wear new glasses. These glasses, they're these kind of glasses where they are, you know, they're a little bit, there's just a little bit of bifocal in them. I really don't need any help seeing things up close. Really, I really need help seeing things far away. My old glasses, they were kind of glasses that were, everything was just one prescription, you know, all through the glasses. But nowadays, you know, they can have different prescriptions on different parts of the lenses. Like when you look down, if you remember the old bifocals, right? Well, they just sort of blend all that stuff into this thing. And so, and I just absolutely can't stand this kind of thing, because, you know, I'm so used to just being able to look where I want. So if I'm sitting right here, and I want to look over that way, I can't see anything over that way, because the prescription on the sides are different than the prescription when I'm looking straight forward. Now, why in the world would they do that? The guy talked me into it. So now if I want to see something over there, I have to go like this. Whoop. See, I couldn't see that. I have to, you know, turn my head to see whatever I want far away. You know, and I can't look at what I want. I have to kind of tilt my head up and come down at an angle. And you know, my old glasses, it was just fine, because, yeah, I would just wear them in such a way that if I needed to see something up close, I'd just, you know, have my glasses a little bit closer up. And anyway, I can't stand these things. I'm going to go back to my old way. Oh, but I forgot the whole thing I was going to say. I could get a surgery done, you know, that LASIK eye surgery, whatever they call it. But I don't want to do that because I do so much work, you know, whether I'm out pruning trees or here in the shop or, you know, whatever it might be. It could be welding. I don't know how many times I've got spots on my other glasses from welding, you know, bits getting in under the helmet or when I'm grinding, some stuff hitting it. And I'm so used to my regular old glasses being my safety glasses that, you know, if I were to get that surgery, I'm sure that I would end up doing something because I'm so used to not wearing safety glasses. I would immediately go blind by, you know, walking into a stick underneath of a tree or something. Okay, so now I get to flip it back over up onto its wheels. By the way, these, I have two of them that are locking. The other two are not because I'm going to have this stored up against the wall. And when it's stored up against the wall, it really doesn't make any sense for me to have that locking capability. And when it's locked, so I've got another table with locking wheels on it. I really only need two wheels that are locking. And it keeps the bench really sturdy. Anyway, what I just finished was I framed out this little bit inside here. So there's 2x4 running across up inside there. And oh, I got this, if you're wondering what those pocket holes are for, I was just playing around with this Craig pocket hole deal. And I'm not using the Craig screws in there because they were just, you know, that's for cabinets. I was just playing around. I've got heavy duty screws in there. In any case, that's there just to give a little support going across the middle there. And the rest of this is all framed out the right way with 2x4s. And I wanted a little extra room there because what I wanted to do was I ordered these things called T-tracks, you know, and you can embed them into the wood from the top. And you screw it down in and you can use it. You put these little deals in there and turn them and it sort of locks things in place so you can lock whatever it is that you're working to the surface. You'll see later I'll do a second episode or something when I'm installing that stuff, assuming that that doesn't just sit on the shelf for a long time. Anyway, I just wanted to show I got that all framed out and I'm going to flip it over now. All right, wish me luck. You know where to find me if anything goes wrong here. All right, keep your back straight. Yeah. Ran into my saw. Please still work. All right. Okay, hopefully I don't have to do any more tipping. I am done for today. Really didn't get a whole lot done. I got that clamp put on finally. And I put on that the skeleton underneath there, the framing. That's going to keep it nice and sturdy. And now I've got a whole bunch of snow out there that's calling my name. Got to go out there and start plowing.